Hey dudes, for some reason today I felt like I had to make this video, and I've been holding off making it for a while because I was hoping that my opinion would change and I didn't really have the facts to back up what I was trying to tell people. But anyway, today's video is about the school system and how it is wrong. Have you ever felt depressed? One of the biggest causes of depression is school. When you're depressed and you tell someone about it, like a teacher or a doctor, you'll be prescribed with some depression medication, which doesn't work, but I'll talk about that in another video. Those pills are addictive and damaging, and they do not cure depression, obviously, but the money made from selling you those drugs go to the people that own the pharmaceutical companies, and they are the 1%. You may have heard about them. They're the ones that own basically your country or the entire world. They're like the richest people in the world. They own everything. The billionaires that are monsters. So this is just one example that the elitists, they own the schools. They benefit from the schools. Anyway, back to what I was talking about. If you are being forced into a painfully long schedule where you have to work 35 hours a week in a prison with a bunch of strangers your age and pretend to like things and get along with people you have nothing in common with and learn a bunch of things that will not help you out in life whatsoever at a crucial part of your developing life, then something needs to change. Here's a few questions to ask yourself if you're in school right now. Why are you there? Was it your choice? Have you ever wanted to leave but felt like you can't? Do you remember anything you're taught, and are you enjoying learning? If you like school, great. Enjoy it while it lasts, and then when adulthood hits you in the face, you will realize that all your time is wasted. The only education that anyone needs is how to read and write and use the internet, and you can do all that by like age 4. And then everything else you can do yourself. Once you're connected to the internet, you can teach yourself absolutely anything. I've learned more in my years after dropping out of school from the internet than I ever did in school. Like, I literally can't remember anything from school, anything good, anything useful. What was the point? Why did I waste so many years in a classroom full of people I didn't like? See, now I enjoy learning, and I did not when I was forced to. When activists, adults, and cults fight for something meaningful, like animal rights, women rights, why is nobody fighting for children's rights? Like, just because they're not as old as you doesn't mean they don't have a brain and a life of their own. Like, we're living in the future. We're in 2016. That's a crazy year to be living in. Why is everything still the same as it was 200 years ago? Like, all the people that invented this stuff, they're dead. We can change it now, it doesn't matter, nobody's gonna stop us. The only people that are gonna try and stop us are the pharmaceutical companies that benefit from everybody being miserable. So these kids that are in school right now, they're the future. They're the ones that are gonna be running our country. So why are we deliberately stopping their growth and not teaching them what they need? It seems insane. That's because the school system doesn't exist to benefit you or your kids. It's there to oppress and control your children. The school teaches that truth comes from authority, to conform to society, and if you don't conform, you are punished. That is crazy. That's so ridiculous. When I was in school, I would have trouble sleeping because I was worried about annoying or upsetting one of my teachers, and they would shout at me. Like, shouting at children, whose idea was that? Why did they allow that? Like, you can't shout at children. You have to show them what they did was wrong, and then if they don't understand, then yeah, kick them out of school or something. But to shout at a kid, like to raise your voice to someone because they did something that you told them not to do, like that's insane. That doesn't solve anything. The great thing about being an adult is nobody shouts at you. Like, it just really frustrates me and upsets me that there are people out there that watch my videos that are depressed and they're angry and they're sad and they don't know where they're going in life because the system is broken. It's faulty. It's not there to help anyone. And everybody thinks that they have to do it. Everyone thinks that they have to be a little cog in the machine. You don't. You can take yourself out. You can bend yourself and become a caterpillar. The system is old. It was created when the internet didn't exist, and now the internet is here. The whole world's connected. We can talk about anything. We can learn anything from anyone. We don't need teachers in a classroom to teach you how to do things. You don't need exams to be intelligent. You don't need someone to tell you that you passed an exam to feel self-worth. You should be able to do that anyway. I don't want to sit back and watch how the yearly cycle is repeated. Kids go to school, they're taught things they don't need to know. They don't get taught crucial life skills or anything substantial, and then they're pooped out the other end to fend for themselves. I was never taught how insurance works. I was never taught how tax works. I was never even taught law. Like, I didn't know any of the laws until I searched them up myself. I didn't know how to talk to people properly. There's just loads of things that I could have been taught in school that would have made my adult life so much easier, but that's not what school's for. It's there to keep you a prisoner for many, many years. Make you hate yourself. When people leave school, they are told there's two options. One option is go on to further education, like college or university, Most people pick that option because they don't know that there's another option. The other option is other. No one explains what other actually is. Other is everything. Other is unlimited possibilities. Whatever you can think of or dream, you can make your reality. Yeah, money is important to get you from A to B, but that's all it's good for. Money isn't what matters in life. What matters is you grow up, you teach yourself, you become your greatest version, you radiate love, have fun, and then you change the world for the better. That's all humans are supposed to do. There's nothing in there that says you should be a slave until you're an adult, and then when you're an adult, you should be a slave again to the system and only care about money. This video is a little all over the place, but that's because my thoughts are all jumbled, and it's never easy to get a topic this big, to fit it into a video that makes sense. So, sorry about that, but carrying on. When I was in school, I was bullied. Obviously, we all were. From day one, I wasn't meant to waste my childhood in a classroom. My brain wanted to do other things, it wanted to see other things, and for the longest time I would beat myself up about it and self-harm because I thought I was defective. I thought that I was broken, that I couldn't contain information well enough, like the same as everybody else in my class. So I thought it was my fault. I thought something's wrong with me. It wasn't until I was like 15 that I realized that none of this matters. None of the schooling that I did mattered. I don't know what it was. I don't know where the defining moment was. I think I just kind of grew up a little bit more, and then I was like, oh hey, wait, what the heck am I doing? Why am I waking up early and then hating my life and hurting myself, and what the hell am I doing? Who are these people I'm surrounding myself with that I don't want to? Yeah, anyway, 15-year-old me was like, mind expansion. Yeah, I was like, none of this matters, and then it will end, and I can live my life. I can be free. So I stopped caring. I started to cut class. I started to mess around in class and just have fun. I started being a kid because I was allowed to. The last year of school I probably cut like 6 months worth of class before eventually just dropping out altogether. All those exams I took, what were they for? Who were they for? They sure weren't for me. I've never used those results that I got for anything. I've never even looked at them. When I dropped out of school, I burnt everything. Like, none of it mattered. I'm never gonna use it. No one does. People lie to you and say, oh yeah, those letters that you get at the end of a test, those A's and B's and W's, those are crucial to your life, your adult life. Yeah, those letters mean so much. Those letters will help you get a family and a house. No, those stupid alphabet letters don't help with anything. I've never taken a job interview, and I never will, because why should I try and prove myself to somebody that I will grow to despise and only see for money? Like, what's the point? What's the point? Why go through that stress? Like, nobody needs to. You can find a way to live comfortably and earn enough money to sustain yourself, and then once you've done that, you can do that forever, and just keep adapting until you die, I guess. Yeah, money's not everything. So the law says full-time education is compulsory for all children aged 5 to 18. This is in Britain, and I'm sure it's the same in other countries, either at school or otherwise. This law is okay. It makes sense to educate kids, but they said school or otherwise, and that's 2 options, and the second one's pretty big and pretty vague. That means you can literally teach yourself. There is no law that says anyone has to go to school. Like, that law says you can, you don't have to, which is great. So if your parents are ever like, yeah, you have to go to school, because I said so, because the law says so, just Google it, it's on Wikipedia, tell them that you don't have to. A common myth is that your parents will get arrested if you don't go to school. That's not true, that's ridiculous. That's so stupid. Who came up with that? I don't know. But I heard it when I was in school too. If the government's worried about you dropping out of school and being uneducated, then what sense does it make locking up your parents? Because then you're just going to be homeless and an orphan. That's traumatic and so dumb. I don't know where these things come from. Most teachers hate their jobs, and they're only doing it for the money. A lot of them grow to despise children. So if they hate the people that they're teaching and they hate their job, why are they doing it? Because they're a slave to the system. You'll find it really hard to find a teacher that it was their dream to teach. Like, it was their dream to become a teacher. People kind of fall into teaching. They don't grow up thinking, oh yeah, I really want to teach kids when I get older. So if teachers and kids can't stand schools, then what are schools even for? Anyway, if you disagree with me and you think teaching math to regular children is a good thing, then do tell me in the comments and I will discuss it with you. It's okay to have other opinions, I just like to point out the reality in things. If you agree with me that the school system is broken and it only benefits the 1%, then tell me in the comments. You can give the video a like if you want. I want to make more of these videos, more like eye-opening videos. My opinion, obviously. I want to wake people up to the reality and just show you that we've all been living a crazy spiral of lies our whole life. It's not just school. Like, we've been told to believe things in loads of different areas of life. But this is just one of them because it keeps coming to my mind and I want to talk about it. This tree feels really good. If you don't know what trees with moss on them feel like, go find a tree with moss on it and do this because it feels incredible. I've lost one of my dogs. I don't know where he went. I've got another one over there eating some leaves. I'm just going to continue actively promoting dropping out of school. It's controversial, yes, obviously, but it's something that I did. It's something that I believe was the best decision I've made ever. If you've thought about it, then I encourage you to follow through with it. If there's any parents watching this video and you disagree with me and you want to keep believing the lie, then that's fine. But just understand that your children have brains too. When they realize that something's not right, they might confront you about it, and then that's something you have to deal with. It is a beautiful day, and I hope that you had time after school to go out and enjoy it. And dream big, people. That's everything I want to say. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next video. If you haven't seen my last video, it's on my channel. Go find it, or I'll link it just down there. I've also left a link in the description to a video by a guy called Boy in a Band. He's not called that, it's just his username. But go watch it, it's about school. He made a much shorter version of this, a much better worded version. He's a lot more intelligent than me. He's a good guy. Go watch it. That's everything. Thank you again. I love you guys. Thank you for all your support on Instagram, Twitter, in the comments on these videos. It's been really nice and refreshing to read positive stuff. I find it hard to read comments in anybody else's videos. Their followers are just negative. Like, there's so much hatred in the world, but I find on this channel things are calm. We're intelligent people. We like to express love and not hatred. See you guys in the next video.